Domingo is Saturday in Spanish, and the collision ratings are going down like dominoes. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Get your pizzas out, because it's time to go slice by slice. Let's go.
Wouldn't slice by slice be the quarter hour?
It would be, but you know what? We're selling this one whole when they slice. So let's pizza slice it.
We're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it in whole, just like that pizza that Walter White threw on the rooftop. Anyway, Saturday nights are all right for fighting, but I think Collision should just stop fighting. They've given up the fight every single week. The rating is pretty much the same. It's got that low to mid 400,000 territory. Sometimes they'll do a low 400,000. Other times they'll do a mid 400,000. The odd rare week they might touch 500k, and then another rare week they'll probably dip under 400. But this show, there's just nothing happening. Collision has pretty much hit its limit, and its limit is probably around the 430,000 mark, and that's pretty close to what they did this week, as AEW Collision for June 29 brought in 422,000 viewers.
Which isn't exactly spectacular, but here, it's down. Not much down, but it's still down. It's still down. It's got the Red Arrow guys. I mean, headlined by Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay looking at each other. Fun fact, did you know that Will Ospreay has autism?
Gives me another reason not to like him.
Gives you another reason not to like him. He's got autism. He's on the spectrum. Bruv comes out like he's preparing for a bit of European final.
Now, see, that's how you know wrestling's shite. Because see, back in the day, this Will Ospreay kid would have just got the Eugene gimmick.
Yeah. Now he's getting pushed as like...
But now he's fighting for world titles.
Hugging Danny Garcia on Dynamite after he starts fucking crying. Brilliant.
I think the AEW needs like a JBL or something. Someone just to go in and fucking bully everybody.
Bill DeMont.
Alright,
Demonetized player, but yeah, what else happened on this show? Let's go through the clips,
yeah, we'll go through the clips in a minute, but we are down 2%. Last week did 429,000, this week did 422,000. Not a lot happening, but if you count the last 4 trailing weeks, then Collision is averaging 406,000 viewers. So therefore, it's up 4% over the last 4 weeks, but still... I mean, there's nothing really here. It's shite. I mean, it really is shite. In terms of key demo, it did 0.12. Last week did 0.14. Down 14% in the key demo. This show is down half on when it originally began, and we're only a year in. I remember when WWE Raw, it was like considered a crisis. Remember when like Raw was, they were desperate not to go under 3 mil? And like they stayed around or above the 3 mil territory for years and years and years.
Yep.
It just goes to show like Yeah, WWE were gradually losing, but it was like a small, tiny percentage year in, year out. Whereas Collision's lost half its audience in a year's time, less than a year, because let's be honest, it was long before June that they were delivering ratings in the 400k. They've been doing that for a while. But also, when you've got a smaller rating to begin with, it's like, it's harder to lose half.
Yeah, and you get Phil Brooks to blame for that.
There's less people to lose. Obviously, if you start off at a really high rating, you can lose more people because there's more of them, but that is shocking. Like, I think they went for like 800,000 down to 400,000. Absolute pish.
No, it's absolute pish, and yeah, I think there's only one way it's going, and that's down. The red arrow will stay, no more green arrows.
No, downtown, but the lower you go, the further down you go, then you have to bounce back, don't you, really? At the end of the day, it's kind of how it works.
Well, I guess that is how it works. So yeah, there was all those fake ratings that came out, a couple of weeks ago, months ago, where, they got like 4,000 people tuned in to watch it, but, I mean, we kind of knew they were bullshit, didn't we?
Aye, but is what it is. I mean, if you look at the key demo for Collision's first ever show, and then the year anniversary show, the key demo was down 59%. And that's what Meltzer and Cant and Jericho loved to talk about when they were doing well. the key demo. How can you be down 59% in the space of 1 year? That's fucking embarrassing.
No, it is embarrassing. You can't now forget about losing Punk. You can create new stars in the year he's been away.
Can you?
Well, if you know what you're doing, you can.
The wrestling world hasn't really created many new stars, but anyway, let's see what...
When I say stars, I don't mean, mega stars. I mean people who can throw a fucking dime.
I don't think we'll ever see another mega star in wrestling.
No, neither do I.
I think those days are gone.
Yep.
I just don't think we'll see it. Anyway, let's look at the most viewed YouTube videos on AEW's official channel. In first place, 175,000 views, 2 champions, face-to-face, Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay weigh in. 175k, not bad. Although, I mean, it is, 3 days later, so is it really fucking... It's kind of pish, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, but I guess once the title match happens, people really don't care about this segment on Collision.
Second place, 162,000 views. Joe, Hook and Shibata get their hands on the learning tree, Big Bill and Keith. Brian Keith. Third place, 81,000 views. Big drop there. We've lost half the amount of views from the second highest clip to the third highest clip. It was a 6-man action, Forbidden Door, TNT title ladder match preview. Fourth place, 68,000 views. New Japan Pro Strong Wrestling Women's Champion, Stephanie Fakir in her AEW ring debut. Fifth place, before Forbidden Door, Hichirio readies himself for MJF, 57,000 views. Sixth place, 53,000 views, Orange Cassidy and Ishii take on TMDK's Haste and Eagles, 53k. Seventh place with 52k, Battle of Buffalo, Daniel Garcia taking on The Butcher. Daniel Garcia is just not a fucking draw. And in 8th place, last place with 51,000 views, Deano Purrazzo taking on Hikaru Shida in the Owen Hart Women's Quarterfinal. Hikaru Shida just coming back after like a year out, and doesn't look like that many people care about Shida's return.
No, not many people care about it, including me and you.
Although shout out to the Brad Rules, because I think I shouted him out last week on this, but...
How many times do I shout this guy out?
Shida is apparently his favourite wrestler in 2000... I'm not going to say 24 because...
Did he make a fid saying that?
Aye, well, pretty much.
What, this year?
No, not this year, but the last time he was talking about wrestling.
Which was about 20 years ago.
Aye, well, there you go. Anyway, guys, I'm not a big fan of Shida, but whatever. Not a big fan of Collision, not a big fan of AEW. And the numbers are just... You know what, I might stop talking about these numbers. They're just not really relevant. At least with the main shows... Dynamite's the main show, and NXT's in competition with Dynamite. And then
so my slice analogy worked then. Last ever. The quarters aren't even getting done.
I know, but Collision's becoming like Rampage, isn't it? It just exists. It's just there.
The no quarter draw crew.
Well, I mean, it
doesn't work that.
No, it doesn't work that. Anyway, guys, Collision sucks. Is what it is. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.